In the year 2100, an underground combat sport captures the heart of the city. Black market duality tech allows for competitors to swap between multiple bodies at a time. One mind, two bodies.
What the hell was that? I just witnessed death! No, I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, okay, hey. Yo, this, that, quarter life, crisis over borderline, trauma that control my life, more than I control my life, damn near mortified, I just got demoralized, I don't know my purpose, so I might as well enjoy the ride, yo.
Spectre Divide is a new indie 3v3 class-based tactical shooter made by Mountaintop Gaming. Now, the first thing that probably immediately stood out is the fact that it's a 3v3? Isn't that barely any players? Surely that was a typo or something, right? Nope, it's a 3v3 game, and it actually works because of their unique core game mechanic, duality. You see, while it is 3 players versus 3 players, each of these players actually controls a second character at the same time. These clone characters are called Spectres, and it's what sets the game apart from other tactical shooters like CS and Valorant. So let me explain this game in more detail for all you noobs out there. Like most tactical shooters, you have one life every round. On offense, your goal is to plant a bomb or kill all the defenders, and in defense, your goal is to kill all the attackers or defuse the bomb. It's CS 101, nothing too fancy going on here. Between each round, you'll earn currency to buy guns, armor, and abilities. There's plenty of unique weapons, from shotguns to SMGs to snipers to LMGs, and they all have their strengths and weaknesses. And obviously, the more expensive the gun is, the stronger it will be versus enemies. But even a little pistol can still secure plenty of kills. So don't underestimate the pistol round, okay? You'll notice that in the buy phase, the weapons are grouped together. That's because you'll be buying 2 different weapons, one for you and one for your Spectre. No single combo is the same, and it also means your 2 characters will usually always have different weapons. You'll keep whatever weapon either you or your Spectre survive with, although if only one of you is alive, that's the only weapon you'll bring to the next round, which will save you money, but you'll still have to buy the other missing half. But thankfully for you noobs, it's very easily color coordinated. And like Val and CS, you can pick up enemy weapons and keep them for the next round. Trust me, if you see the operator, and yes, this game also has an op, pick it up, it's so busted.
Noose has been planted.
So after buying your weapons, you can go on the minimap and set up your 2 Spectres. That way you don't have to waste a bunch of time moving both of them one at a time. On offense, you can have them both push the same route or different angles, and on defense, you can have one on each bomb site. But once the round starts, you have to move your characters manually. You do have the ability to switch between perspectives whenever you want, but whichever Spectre you're not using will just be crouched and AFK. So make sure your Spectre is always safe before swapping perspectives, or else, you know, enemies will find it and kill it. You do also have the ability to teleport the Spectre you're not using. You'll throw what is essentially like a Loba tactical, and that will create this electric trail, and then boom, your Spectre is now next to you wherever you threw it. Be warned though, enemies can see that electric trail, and if they do, it will give away your location. You see an enemy trail, you can follow it and find where the enemy is, and then bada bing, bada boom, they're dead. The teleport will take longer if you're further away. So if you die before the teleport finished, it will cancel it, meaning that you'll have to walk all the way to where you wanted to be. Boo, walking sucks. There's a lot of strategy to this Spectre mechanic. Let's say you're on defense, and one half of you sees that the enemy team is pushing B. What you can do is immediately teleport your other half to B, so you have more defense. And now you can peek and get info with one perspective, then switch with the other to get a kill. With the Spectres, you can essentially watch your own cross for you. And at worst, for you noobs out there, it's like you have an additional life. There's also cool movement mechanics unique to the Spectres. There's specific high ground areas that are actually impossible to get to without throwing your Spectre up there, and teleporting. There's areas behind bars that you can't cross, but your teleporter can.
This carrier is down.
A lot of routes open up with the teleport mechanic, and that also means that when you lose one of your halves, you'll also lose that bonus movement mechanic. Losing one of your halves feels like how it feels for Smash Melee players to lose one half of their ice climbers. Sure, you can still win as a Sopo, but it's just gonna be harder. In this game, footsteps make noise. All around, enemies are moving. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in the buildings, there's a lot of enemies. You'll notice that in So you'll be alerted when your Spectre hears footsteps or nearby gunshots. But if you slow walk, the enemy won't be notified, and then you can just kill off their Spectres. So flanking seems like it would be kind of strong in this game, and it is. But to mitigate it, there's a barrier that prevents enemies from going into enemy spawn areas immediately. You still can go in pretty early on, but you'll be scanned for the enemies. Sometimes though, you just don't care, and you'll go in through their spawn regardless and still get plenty of kills. But once the barrier is down, be aware of enemies on the flank. So once you get the whole Spectre teleport mind swap mechanic down, the game becomes so much more fun, and you can line up super creative kills and wild plays. I killed 4, bro, come on! This game is also a class-based shooter. The classes are called sponsors. Each sponsor has 3 abilities. None of them are ultimates. One ability will always be free every round, but the other 2 need to be purchased between rounds. The cool part about a lot of these abilities is that they'll work with the Spectre mechanic, and were designed with it in mind, like having a smoke that also teleports your Spectre into the smoke, or healing that heals both you and your Spectre at the same time, even if you're across the map. There's so much variety in abilities, from scans to smokes to traps to decoys.
You got bamboozled, look at you.
Give them all a try and see which one suits your playstyle. So once you've found your class and your favorite weapons, the game really is a blast to play, and you'll easily get multi-kills or maybe even an ace. Here's where I put my ace clip, if I had one. So I'm gonna be honest, while I like CS and Valorant, I hate that the gunplay is all about not moving and jiggle peeking. This game is a little bit more forgiving. While yes, you will want to still slow walk as footsteps are loud, your gun's accuracy doesn't get negatively affected by moving. I like being able to move and shoot. It's honestly my preference, but I feel like a lot of non-CS fans will really prefer this gunplay as well. You do have to aim down sights, but the hipfire is not even that bad. Also, there aren't laser sights. Those lasers are to help you see where your teammates are aiming, just so you know. Also, the 3v3 is just so much better for everyone. It's way easier to find 2 homies to stack with rather than 4 to 5 friends. And even if you solo queue, that's 50% less chance of your teammate being a toxic asshole. To all my lonely noobs out there, this game was built for you and your only 2 friends. And from a competitive perspective, it will be awesome to see tournaments ran with a lot less people needed to do it. And I do hope this game has a cool competitive scene. And if so, let me cast. If there's a Twitch Rivals, let your boy know about it. Come on, Mountaintop, I'll be there for you. The game itself is so stylish. I love the cel-shaded, simple, cartoonish look that still has a realistic edge to it. The game can be full of color and vibrancy compared to more standard tactical shooters. The cosmetics so far are great. Hopefully they're fairly priced because we didn't really get to see how much they would actually cost. But regardless, there's ways to earn a ton of stuff just by leveling up. I really like that you have 2 characters to customize, and the game wants them to always be distinct, which should help make it more clear as a player and as an enemy player, which is also a way to sell double the amount of cosmetics. I see you, Mountaintop Games. You can look super drippy or just goofy as hell. Whatever you want, it's all up to you. Kind of reminds me of Halo's original customization, where I kind of want to look cool and flex on my friends. And unlike other first-person shooters, you'll actually see your characters a lot more, since you'll be swapping perspectives and your Spectre will be like next to you sometimes. Speaking of which, the Spectre mechanic is ingenious. I'm excited to see how they can push it even further with new class abilities and new map mechanics to really take advantage of this system. There's only 3 maps, which isn't an issue as long as they release more at a reasonable pace. I don't want this game to release and we only got like 5 maps. Let's push for 6 at launch, okay? Be better than Valorant. It's kind of difficult to tell the difference between an enemy and a teammate. They need better and more distinct outlines for the enemies. If I had $1 for every time I shot my own teammate, man, I'd be so rich by now.
You know what? That's me, that's G Miners.
Just make it a lot clearer, please, especially with how wild the cosmetics can get. I also think that there should be some customization in terms of what you can buy gun-wise. I think setting it up in a similar way to CSGO could be really cool, because there's some loadouts I'll probably never use because one half of it is garbage. But if I can choose which combination that I want for each level, I think there's some cool mixing and matching that can make this game feel even more free. But I totally understand if from a balance perspective it's just a little too strict. strong. It's something to consider. They also need more voices because there's only 3 right now and everyone kind of sounds the same. If you need a voice actor, I also happen to be a professional voice actor. Mountaintop, come on, you can double dip. Hit me up for casting, hit me up for voice acting, hit me up for modeling, whatever you need. I'll do it all. Overall, Spectre Divide is an insanely beautiful breath of fresh air. You guys know me. I'm always down to try indie games, and I always give it the old college try. And obviously having Shroud's approval is a nice touch, but I was not expecting such a well-polished, well-executed, unique game that's genuinely so much fun to play. I'm legitimately kind of addicted, and I want to keep playing it all the time, and I cannot wait for the beta to come out, which was just announced today. The beta will be coming out on Tuesday, August 13th. And you're in luck. The developers gave me some extra beta keys, so I'll be giving them away live on my Twitch once the beta drops. So make sure you follow that so you don't miss out. But overall, I'll be giving Spectre Divide a 9.5 out of 10. It's genuinely so good. You have to give it a try once you get the chance. But what do you think? Obviously, I know most of you haven't tried it, but based off some of the gameplay you've seen from other people and this video, are you excited? Do you think I'm overhyping it? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, y'all, so I've witnessed deaths, so I need to go to therapy. So, I'll catch you later. Ya noob.